All right, pull up a chair. We are going to talk about it. Um, yeah, I just started antidepressant anxiety medicine. Long sigh, cry, cry, sob, sob. Yes. So I am on here being very vulnerable and transparent and hoping to keep a document, um, a living document of what it is like in going through this process. It has been a long process. So, probably about 3 years ago, I was diagnosed by a neurologist with generalized anxiety. I wanted to punch him. I was so annoyed by him because I was having terrible symptoms, very weird symptoms to me, where I felt like I literally was dying. I had everything feeling that was going wrong in my body. I felt like my head was hurting tremendously. I had left arm pain. I had tingling of my fingers and my toes. I had weakness. I had problems, vision problems. I had fatigue. I mean, I had every possible symptom. And also, I will say that it was also at a time where I lost my friend to a brain aneurysm. Now, have I probably had anxiety before that? I've since looked in my family history, and yes, mental health shows up big time in my family. My sister was diagnosed, I want to say, with schizophrenia. If I'm not sure, I'm not positive because she was older than me, and I'm not sure what the diagnosis was because in Black families it's such a hush. But when I look back at my family, I realize that there are definitely some. No! When I look back, I definitely see the dots connecting. So for me, the journey for me has been good Christian girl growing up. The Lord does all things well, and the Holy Spirit, and the altar, and you take it to the altar, and the Lord heals. And I'm not saying He doesn't. I believe I have been healed. God can do anything but fail. But the conditioning of what people said and the life experience of people who have mental health challenges and anxiety, sometimes they bump heads, right? And so I always felt like a failure when I would have anxiety pop back up in my life. I would feel like I'm not spiritual enough, or I needed to pray harder, right? Or how am I letting the devil attack me? All of these fallacies that, yes, I believe that darkness and demonic oppression happens, but I'm not under demonic oppression. I'm not under demonization. Like, there's some things happening in my brain. Um, so first, I want to free some people up who may be in that same boat where they feel like, well, I should have been healed by now. Why hasn't God healed me yet? Or I'm not praying hard enough. Let me just free you up. Okay. Mental health is also an illness that is diagnosed, and in these books that these medical practitioners study, the same as heart disease. Okay. So saying all that to say, I went through a long journey of trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I thought it was something else. And then I started putting the pieces together, and the doctor was like, yeah, I think it may be anxiety. And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I would tell everybody who said it was anxiety that it wasn't, because of that conditioning that, oh, well, you failed. And you failed God, because if you were strong enough, if you prayed hard enough, then He would have healed you. So carrying that for years, and then finally realizing This year, I was like, as much as I hate medicine, I really do. I'm not the go to the doctor girl. Like, I'm going to heal myself with some ginger ale and some Vicks Vapor Rub, right? And so I don't even take an aspirin. So when the first doctor, the neurologist 3 years ago, wrote me a script, I literally was like, the devil is a lie. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna bring it in my house, but I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. I'm gonna show you. And I literally threw the medicine away. Why would I even fill it, right? And so this past week, I realized it's been since July 15th that I've been having symptoms. And my symptoms don't look like panic attacks. They look like my eyes start to tire. They get fatigued. I can't focus. Sometimes things get blurry. I have brain fog. I can't think. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Um, Sometimes it gets so bad that I have to go to the ER because I feel um, like I have a really bad headache and just a lot of things just start to like a system malfunction. System malfunction. That's what happens when it gets to that point. But it didn't get to that point. But from July 15th until the end of August, I'm trying to cope with feeling exhausted, feeling with the brain fog, feeling with my eyes not working properly. And I'm like, you don't have to keep repeating this because there's been some moments of connection. Like I've connected dots because I talk to ChatGPT all the time, and I'm like, this has happened before last year, right in August. I'm looking through my Facebook memories. It's happened in August. It happened the other year in August. It happened in March. And so I'm seeing that at least 2 times a year that I'm having these symptoms, and they're lasting for longer than 4 or 5 weeks. And so I went first, crazy me, went to the orthopedic doctor for why I knew him. And I thought maybe he would give me a script for a physical therapist so I could get my neck loosened up because I'm all tied up in here. Well, he was like, girl, you need to go see your PC, okay? And go see a counselor. And I was like, so I made an appointment to my primary care. She wasn't available, but the nurse practitioner was. And thanks be to God, this woman was kind and she listened because what I hate about Western medicine, and I guess that's the only medicine I know, is that they just try to quickly get you in and out, give you a prescription, and they don't even know you. They don't even listen. And so this woman took the time to listen. And I said, I am frustrated with doctors. I don't want them to just give me a prescription and not know that I don't take medicine. I don't take medicine, so this is a big deal for me. And she listened and she gave me three options. She gave me Lexapro, she gave me, I forget the other one, and then Zoloft. And she told me, hey, I took Zoloft at one point. This is what it did for me. And I said, I'm really concerned about the side effects of medicine. I don't want to be a zombie. I don't want to be addicted, and I don't want to not feel like myself. I'm an active person. I run. I'm a mom. I have a business. I don't want to be somebody else, and I don't want to have side effects. I don't want to have side effects. And so she was like, well, there are side effects, but it won't work immediately. And I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? I need relief right now. She says, well, those medicines that we used to give out, those little old ladies, now they're addicted. So we don't do those medicine. I'm like, exactly. This is practicing medicine. And so you're going to practice on me. And then maybe 5 years, you're going to be like, oh, that Lexapro didn't actually, it was terrible for your feet. It makes your toes fall off. So I'm like, but then I was like, if we're going to try just the lowest dose, all right. And then she was like, well, which one do you want to try? And so I said, give me some time. I'll call you later today and tell you exactly which ones I want to go with because I don't have enough information. So, of course, I went home. ChatGPT helped me make a best choice for myself, prayed about it, and I ended up deciding to go with estalopram. I cannot say that, but it's Lexapro, the generic for Lexapro. And she gave me the lowest dose, which is 5 milligrams, and it took me 4 days to get this prescription filled. 4 days because I was like, I got things I got to do. I don't know how it's going to make me feel. I don't know what the side effects are going to be like. And You're just going to have to watch the next video to find out if I had side effects or not. All right. Thank you for being here. And I hope that if you are going through this in your life, that you know that you're not alone, because you're not. So I'll be back and let you know how that first pill made me feel.